Hey, Cowboys Nation. This is Cowboys Wire News, your home for breaking news, smart analysis, rumors, and film room insights. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a snap. Let's talk America's team. AMARI Cooper has just been spotted arriving at the Cowboys headquarters, and that alone was enough to set the entire NFL community on fire. Cameras flashed, reporters scrambled, and fans outside the facility started chanting his name like it was a playoff game in January. The star wide receiver, who has been at the center of rumors for weeks, finally touched down in Dallas wearing a crisp navy suit and that signature calm smile that says, "I know something you don't." Sources close to the team claim this is no ordinary visit. Cooper is here to sign a massive 4-year deal that will officially bring him back into the Cowboys' long-term plans. For a player who's been the heart of the offense, this feels less like a signing and more like a reunion that fans have been begging for. The vibe at the facility was electric. Security had to keep fans at a distance, and even team staff couldn't hide their excitement. Everything about this moment feels orchestrated, deliberate, and bigger than football. AMARI Cooper is back in Dallas, and if this deal goes through, the Cowboys are making a clear statement to the league. They're not rebuilding. They're coming for the top again. Now, let's be honest. This move has been building for a while. Whispers started months ago when Cooper's name kept popping up in insider circles. Some said it was impossible after the split. Others swore Jerry Jones had unfinished business with the Pro Bowl receiver. But as time passed and the Cowboys struggled to find that same spark in their passing game, the narrative started to shift. Cooper's chemistry with Dak Prescott was undeniable, his route running still among the cleanest in the league, and his leadership in the locker room something Dallas sorely missed. The Cowboys' offense has looked good at times, sure, but never quite the same since Cooper left. It was like a puzzle missing its final piece. So when the news broke that he was flying in for meetings, insiders immediately started connecting dots. What kind of meetings happened at the team facility during the middle of the week, with Jerry Jones himself reportedly waiting in the building? The answer was obvious. The Cowboys weren't just hosting an old friend. They were bringing back their guy, and they were ready to pay. Inside the building, the energy was surreal. Reports from sources close to the team say that Dak Prescott himself made an appearance, smiling ear to ear, giving Cooper a hug that seemed to erase any past tension or business decisions. The reunion felt genuine, like two brothers reuniting after a long break. And make no mistake, this isn't just about nostalgia. The Cowboys have been chasing offensive consistency, and with Cooper's elite ability to create separation and make tough catches, this move immediately elevates the unit. There's talk that the deal could be worth north of $80 million over 4 years, making Cooper one of the highest-paid receivers in the game once again. Critics will argue about cap space, about how this fits into the team's long-term financial strategy, but honestly, when you've got a window to win now, you make moves like this. The Cowboys see an opportunity in a wide-open NFC, and AMARI Cooper's signing could be the spark that reignites their playoff push. It's calculated, emotional, and perfectly timed. A classic Jerry Jones maneuver that screams ambition. Fans outside the facility turned the moment into a mini celebration. Chants of Coop echoed through the air as local media tried to capture every possible angle. Even social media exploded within minutes of the first leaked photo of Cooper stepping out of his black SUV. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok went wild with speculation, edits, and fan reactions. Hashtags like #CooperReturns and #CowboysNation trended instantly. What's fascinating is how this story transcends football. It's about redemption, loyalty, and unfinished business. Cooper, once traded away in what felt like a painful breakup, now walks back into the same doors as a symbol of hope. The Cowboys, criticized for years about inconsistent decision-making, now look like a team correcting their biggest mistake. The vibe online feels different this time. Less skepticism, more belief. And while the deal isn't officially signed yet, all signs point to the announcement dropping any minute now. In an era where so many athletes chase money or spotlight, Cooper's move seems to carry something deeper, unfinished legacy, a hunger to win, and a city that never stopped loving him. Dallas is buzzing, and the league is watching closely. Inside sources say the meeting room where negotiations are happening is filled with excitement and a sense of purpose. Jerry Jones, known for his flair and dramatic reveals, reportedly told his team to prepare a press conference backdrop just in case things go smoothly. Cooper's agent arrived earlier in the day, briefcase in hand, ready to finalize the finer details of the contract. It's believed the Cowboys have structured the deal cleverly, balancing guaranteed money with performance incentives, showing faith in Cooper's consistent production and veteran leadership. Coaches are already discussing how his presence could open up space for CeeDee Lamb and give Dak Prescott that trusted safety valve again. The entire offensive scheme could shift, returning to the dynamic air attack that made Dallas dangerous a few seasons ago. Behind closed doors, the team knows this signing is more than just a roster move. It's a message. The Cowboys are declaring that they believe this group can compete for a Super Bowl now. There's no more waiting for next year. With Cooper back, the locker room gains not just talent, but confidence, and that might be the most valuable part of this entire deal. By the end of the day, fans expect an official announcement, and when it drops, it will shake the league. Other teams in the NFC will have to take notice, because Dallas just added one of the best route runners back into their system. For Cooper, this move feels like a homecoming, a second chance to finish what he started. For the Cowboys, it's about restoring balance and unlocking Dak Prescott's full potential. The synergy between them has always been special: precise timing, mutual respect, and a quiet intensity that translates into big plays on the field. The story writes itself: the return of AMARI Cooper, the redemption arc, the Cowboys loading up for another run. Fans can already picture the deep slants, the toe-tap touchdowns, the calm stare after another clutch catch. Whether you're a Cowboys fan or not, it's hard not to admire the spectacle of it all. This is football theater at its best: emotion, strategy, business, and legacy all colliding in one breathtaking moment. The question isn't whether Cooper fits back in. It's how soon the Cowboys can get him suited up and ready to make history again. As the sun began to set over Dallas, whispers from inside the facility turned into confident murmurs. AMARI Cooper had put pen to paper. The deal, finalized after a marathon round of discussions, secures the wideout for 4 years, locking him in through what could be the defining stretch of his career. When the official press release hits the wires, it's expected to include eye-popping figures, rumored to hover around the $80 to $85 million mark, with generous guarantees that reflect his value to the organization. The press room, already set up with a podium and a massive Cowboy star behind it, is buzzing with media anticipation. This isn't just another signing day, it's an event. The Cowboys PR team has been preparing social posts, highlight reels, and statements from Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy. Every detail is being orchestrated like a movie premiere. And honestly, it fits. Cooper's return feels cinematic, like a sequel that everyone was waiting for. Fans know this is the move that could reshape the NFC playoff picture, and deep down, there's a sense that destiny just pulled AMARI Cooper and the Dallas Cowboys back together again for one more run at glory. When the doors finally opened and Cooper stepped up to the podium, the flashes were blinding. He spoke with that same calm confidence, thanking the organization, his teammates, and especially the fans who never stopped believing. It wasn't scripted, it was heartfelt. He talked about unfinished business, about how he never truly felt disconnected from Dallas, and about how he's ready to help lead this team to the championship that's eluded them for decades. Dak Prescott stood off to the side, nodding, smiling, and at one point even shouting, "Welcome home, Coop." The energy was infectious. Reporters asked about his expectations, his role in the offense, and how it felt to be back. Cooper, ever composed, said, "It feels right. This is where I belong." That line alone sent social media into a frenzy. Within minutes, every major sports outlet had the headline: AMARI Cooper signs 4-year deal to return to the Cowboys. It wasn't just news, it was a cultural moment for Cowboys Nation. Behind the scenes, the coaching staff was already sketching out plays. Offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer reportedly couldn't stop smiling as he looked at the playbook. The thought of pairing Cooper with CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks gives Dallas one of the most dangerous receiving corps in the league. Defenses will have to pick their poison: double Cooper and risk Lamb burning them, or stack the box and watch Dak carve them up through the air. Even Ezekiel Elliott, now in his veteran years, could benefit from lighter defensive fronts. This signing changes the math entirely. It's not just about what Cooper brings as a player. It's the domino effect across the offense. His presence demands respect, forces adjustments, and restores balance. It's the kind of move that turns a good team into a legitimate contender overnight. And let's be honest, Jerry Jones lives for this kind of moment. The spotlight, the statement, the spark that reignites hope across Texas. Cooper's return isn't just football. It's theater, strategy, and redemption all rolled into one. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys updates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments. By the next morning, Dallas was awake in celebration mode. Local news ran constant coverage. Fans lined up outside the team's store hoping for new jerseys, and radio hosts couldn't stop talking about what this meant for the Cowboys' future. Analysts debated whether this finally pushes Dallas past their NFC rivals. Some were skeptical, arguing that Cooper's best days might be behind him. But others, especially those who've watched him closely, know that his game isn't built purely on speed or flash. It's precision, intelligence, and consistency. Those traits age well. Plus, Cooper's return brings something intangible: trust. Dak knows exactly where he'll be on every route. The offense becomes smoother, more confident, less chaotic. The locker room chemistry improves. Even defensive players reportedly celebrated when the news broke, saying it brought a new sense of belief. It's not every day you see a team reunite with a star like this, but when it happens, it feels bigger than the sport itself. The Cowboys have reignited their identity, and fans can feel it in the air. Meanwhile, league insiders are already speculating about how this move might ripple across the NFL. Rival teams are scrambling to reassess their game plans, especially divisional opponents like the Eagles and Giants. Dallas has always had star power, but now they've added familiarity and chemistry, two elements that can't be taught overnight. The return of AMARI Cooper turns the Cowboys from a question mark into a serious threat. NFL analysts on national broadcasts are calling it one of the smartest mid-season front office moves in years. There's talk that Cooper's signing might also lure other veterans to Dallas, seeing the team as a legitimate contender again. For Jerry Jones, this is legacy management. He knows time is ticking, and bringing back a proven, reliable star sends a clear message: Dallas is all in. The Cowboys aren't here to make headlines. They're here to win. The locker room knows it. The league knows it. And now every Sunday just got a little more dangerous for anyone facing America's team. As the week wraps up, one thing becomes crystal clear. AMARI Cooper's return isn't just about numbers or contracts. It's about belief. It's about restoring a connection between player, team, and city. Cowboys fans, known for their passion and sometimes their impatience, finally have something tangible to rally around again. The city of Dallas feels alive, buzzing with optimism and nostalgia all at once. In every bar, every sports show, every fan forum, the conversation is the same: Cooper's back. We're back. The narrative writes itself: redemption, unfinished business, and a chance to make history. The Cowboys may have stumbled in recent seasons, but with Cooper's steady hands and precise routes, they've regained something far more valuable than a stat line: confidence. The NFL season just got a lot more interesting. And if there's one thing we've learned from this stunning 4-year signing, it's that in Dallas, legends don't fade, they come home. That's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.